Thank you very much for watching the video. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. Now today, what I'm going to do is take you through what you should never do to lose belly fat. Now firstly, point number one is probably the most common thing I see all the time, and that's doing endless amounts of cardio. You can't, when you first start trying to lose weight, just try and do more and more and more. Like the worst thing I see from people is they start like a training program and they want to go and do like 2 hours of cardio every day right from the outset. This is probably the worst thing you can do, because particularly if you're very detrained and you're not at that sort of level where you need that. Like cardio is a tool we want to use to lose weight, not necessarily the only way you want to lose weight. And it's also a point of like diminishing returns. Like you can't just keep doing more and more and more in that approach to try and get more results. Like the body can only lose weight at a certain rate, so you trying to create an even bigger calorie deficit, so like where you're burning more calories than you're consuming by doing endless amount of cardio, will not actually speed up the process anymore. So one thing that I see is the biggest mistake most people make is they do too much cardio at the very start, and then they actually end up in 2 to 3 weeks time burning themselves out. They can't increase their cardio anymore, and then guess what? Their ability to burn body fat stops because they can't increase their calorie expenditure anymore, and the metabolism's gone through the floor because they've been overdoing it and not eating enough. Point number two is cutting all carbs. This is probably the most common thing. Like the media will push out a lot of shit, to be frank, in regards to different thought processes like carbs the devil, you don't need carbohydrates, all those sort of things. And like within reason, yes, we don't need carbs all of the time. So we want to have carbohydrates around when we're going to work out to fuel performance, to create adaptive response from the body, so we make progression with our training, which will then cause us to build the physique we're looking for. So in terms of actually building muscle tissue and burning body fat, that is the goal we're really looking for here, rather than just trying to use like carbs as the enemy. Carbs aren't the enemy. Carbs will not make you fat. Calories make you fat. So if you're eating too much food, that's what's going to cause the issue of you gaining weight or not losing the belly fat you're looking to lose. So make sure that you do have some carbohydrates in your diet, but you need to have them timed correctly using a nutrient timing approach. So effectively, when your body needs the carbohydrates is when you want to be sort of feeding it correctly. So we want to put carbs around the workout, before, during the workout and after the workout. If you need any more guidance on that, drop us a comment below and we'll explain a little bit further. Thirdly, the most common thing we hear in terms of people who are struggling to lose weight is because, and this tends to happen a lot with women unfortunately, they basically starve themselves, so they're not eating. So they hear about all these fasting diets where we're not going to eat for 18 hours, 30 hours, like 5 times a week, the 5x2 diet, the 3x whatever diet. Like all these fatty diets are not sustainable, and it's not a lifestyle. And what you really want is a lifestyle. So you starving yourself and not eating is going to lead to a very poor relationship with food, and you to also end up binge eating. So we really want to try and take control of that and eliminate that sort of thought process of food is bad and food will make you fat. Food inherently won't make you fat. The wrong foods in excess will make you fat. So what we really want to focus on here is education in terms of what you should be eating, when you should be eating it, and how much you should be eating. And that's what will give you clarity in terms of you like taking a step forward to lose the body fat, particularly off the stomach if that's the area you're trying to target. It's all down to nutrition, eating the right amounts of food and not starving yourself. If you starve yourself, what happens, basically your body goes into starvation mode where your metabolism will down-regulate and slow down. So this is like a survival mechanism. So if you think you were stranded in the desert for like days on end with no food, what would you want to happen to survive? You'd want your metabolism to slow itself down, because your body's like, holy shit, I haven't got any food coming in, and we still need calories to survive. Your body will slow down its metabolism to like protect your fat stores, so therefore you have fuel and energy from the fat to survive. When what we want to do is try and up-regulate our metabolism by actually eating food, so then our body runs efficiently, and therefore we're in a position where we can eat food, get lean, and feel great, not starve ourselves to death, feel horrendous, and then actually not end up losing weight in the end. Point number 4, and this is something I tend to see from the guys all the time, is let's go train twice a day, let's go and do more volume, more sets, let's do a 4-hour workout. And I had this conversation with my clients yesterday. This does not work. You want to focus on like good quality workouts rather than the length of the workout. You could do a 3-hour workout that's 50% intensity, or you could do 45 minutes that's 100%. All the reps, you're really consciously thinking about your form, doing everything correctly. That will have so much benefit for you, doing a shorter workout that's done correctly with perfection, rather than doing a longer workout that's half-assed. And again, it comes down to the cardio aspect of things we discussed earlier. Doing more isn't necessarily better. The cat also agrees with that if he wants to jump in. He can run away. But in regards to training twice a day, that's something I would never recommend for anyone generally in terms of from a weight training point of view. also from the side of things that the master system for our body is basically our central nervous system. What happens when we train, it actually puts a lot of stress on our nervous system, particularly with weights. And then when we look to try and train twice a day on our nervous system, and particularly if you're in a situation where you haven't trained much before, what do you reckon happens? Your nervous system gets fatigued, you feel horrendous, you feel tired, and this is actually will have a big detriment in terms of you making progress, because we want to focus on recovery, and the more refreshed and the more vibrant almost your nervous system is, the more efficient everything will be running in terms of metabolic processes, and the better you'll burn body fat, build muscle, and then get the desired outcome you're looking for. Lastly, number 5, this is probably my big hatred in particular. It seems to be very prevalent in the UK, is all these gimmicky fat loss products. You get the booty bullshit, and respectfully, I think Slimming World, Weight Watchers, Joe Wicks diets, I think it's all horseshit, to be honest with you. The Joe Wicks diets, for example, the actual meals are so high in calories. Yes, they're very healthy in terms of the ingredients, but as we said, if our goal here is to burn body fat, then having really high curry with a load of coconut milk in it is not going to help us achieve our goal here. So we want to be wary of things like that. We want to be very wary of weight loss products and supplements, because in reality, no product's going to make you lose weight. All that's going to make you lose weight is yourself, you having the right structure, the right program, the right clarity of what it is that you actually need to achieve. So what we want to think about in terms of you actually achieving some goals from this, and not buying into this marketing BS of a pre-workout fat burner or whatever. Pre-workout fat burners, for example, they have caffeine in them, which will make you train harder, which can help you burn more calories. So indirectly you're going to lose fat, but that's not from the fat burner. That's from your workouts being correctly set up, you training hard, your nutrition overall being set up correctly. This is the key. So in terms of clarity of what you need to finish the video off, to you to actually lose belly fat and not make these 5 mistakes, make sure you have a diet set up correctly for you, which is in the calorie deficit. Make sure you have a training program for you, which is set up and is stable and sustainable for you, which you enjoy. And thirdly, make sure you have some sort of accountability system, so that if you do go away, or you do start to struggle, or you do start to plateau, which is all completely normal, and the body will adapt to everything you do, you want to make sure you've got someone there to give you some guidance. So hope you found this good video helpful, guys. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Drop us a like and any comments below, and look forward to helping you with some more educational content soon.